Hi everyone, and welcome to this edition of You and the Law. You and the Law sets out to discuss the issues of law in the breaking news and also discusses issues of law in everyday living. In this edition, I'm discussing DNA tests. I've received a lot of questions in my inbox asking me to make analysis of DNA tests to discuss the issues of law surrounding DNA tests. And that's why I'm making this video so that everybody can learn one or two things from it. The law is interested in DNA tests. Let me start like that. The law has interest in DNA tests. Okay. Now, when a man is not satisfied with the message given to him that he is the father of a baby, okay, that he's the father of a child, and he's not satisfied with it, and he wishes to contest the paternity of that child, he wishes to contest and confirm that information. What he's expected to do ordinarily is to talk with his friend or his wife or his partner, for the partner to convince him that he is the owner of that child. If he's not convinced, the next thing he should do is to seek the intervention of the court. And therefore, a matter is presented to the court at the family court for the court to determine the paternity, to assist in the determination of the paternity of the child. Okay? So now you get to a lawyer, and the lawyer files the initial application, the originating process before the court, and then seeks the determination of the paternity of the child in issue. It's not something that people should fight. It's a very simple thing. So there is no need breaking bottles. There is no need calling the entire Nigerian Television Authority to come and witness the filing of the suits. I have to sound this clear for everybody to understand. It's supposed to be a judge or you kind of situation. It's a family matter, so it can be resolved as peacefully as possible. What you need is the truth about the paternity of the child. Now, when that is presented to the court, the lady will be served with the process of the court and will be expected to show up in court. In showing up in court, she can go there in person to defend herself. She can also get a lawyer to assist her in the defense of the matter in the family court. What is family court? Let me just give a little explanation about what I mean by family court. A family court is a court set aside specifically for the treatment of family matters. So it is not the same as the conventional court. It's a court that is designed in such a way that there is privacy, because we're talking about family here. And so family matters should not be discussed in the open. So it is usually a court set aside for family matters, and it could be the judge's chambers where the doors are closed and everybody comes in. Okay? The clerks are there, the judge is there, some other persons are there, assessors are there to listen to parties and have it confidentially. So in that court, the lady that has been served with the court process would be expected to respond to it. And where the issue for determination is the paternity of the child, what the court usually does is to call for DNA test. Because the judge is not God, so the judge, he or she, may not understand exactly who the father of the child is or who the mother of the child is. Because there are instances where even the maternity of the child is an issue. The lady that says she gave birth is not the person that gave birth. She must have gotten the baby from somewhere. I hope you know that all these things happen. So maternity could also be an issue. So the judge could even make an order for the testing of the maternity of the child, whether it matches with the mother, the person that claims to be the mother. So where the maternity becomes an issue, it is the same procedure that the court will authorize, that is the conduct of DNA test. So let's finish with that of paternity. Now, the man has taken the matter to the court. The lady has showed up in court, maybe by herself or with her lawyer, and then she's expected to respond. So if she tells the court that the baby truly belongs to the man that has come to court, Then the next thing for the court to do is for the court to order for the conduct of DNA test of the child. So the child and the father of that child, the proposed father of that child, will be taken to a lab for the DNA test to be conducted. For the ones I have experienced, there is something that the medical doctors will use in taking out saliva of the father. Okay, something like cotton bud is used to put into the mouth of the father to bring out the saliva. I don't know whether medical doctors call it saliva or mucus or something, but that's what they do. They put the cotton bud here and then bring out the saliva, the saliva substance, and does the same thing here. Okay, and then when that is done, the same thing is done with the child in issue. Okay, and these two things will be taken together and then analyzed scientifically. They know how to do it. But I have witnessed that a number of times in the course of this, my work as a legal practitioner. So it doesn't take time. And when that is done, the medical analysis will be done. When the medical analysis is done, the results will come out this way. If the result comes out 99999.000000, sorry, 9.999999999, that means that the DNA of the child has matched with the DNA of the father. That means there is no need denying that's your child. And the court will tell you that clearly, that you have to take that child belongs to you. But if the DNA result comes out and what it shows is 0.000000, it means that this man is not the father of the child. And therefore, the court will be very clear about it that based on the DNA test, which has been duly presented to the court, the court hereby rules that the child, baby John Christopher somebody, is not the father, is not the child of Mr. Anthony Paul Abubakar. Case closed. So when that is done, the lady that said that this man is the father of the child has gotten a clear answer. And the answer is also backed up with a court order that this man is not the owner of that child. It therefore will put the lady in a situation where she has to think again about the persons that she had fun with, um, and try to also call one of them and talk about the fact that he is now the owner of the baby. Because something about DNA is that there is no middle ground about it. It's either positive or negative. If it is positive, it is 99.00000, sorry, 99.99999. It goes on like that on end. If it is negative, it is 0.00000, and that's it. There's no middle ground. No two men can father one child. So there is nothing like 0.02 comma minus 5550, nothing like that. So DNA is very clear. Any man who has reason to doubt the paternity of the child can go to the court and ask for an order of court for the DNA test to be conducted and for the paternity of this child to be ascertained. It is important to know the paternity of a child, like it or not. If it is not important in any other country, in Africa it is important. We're all Africans. We need to know where we are from. We need to know the family that we are from. And I think that any mother will not be doing the child any good in hiding the paternity away from the child, no matter the background. Even if the man is poor, no problem. The child can grow up to be a rich person. Okay? Everybody cannot be born rich. The child can grow up to be a rich person. So there is no need juggling the paternity of a child, telling Mr. B that he is the owner of the child when Mr. B is not the owner. You should know. In my locality, there is a proverb that the mother knows the father of the child. But I know that it could be confusing at times, especially if you are someone that mingles a lot. If the lady is someone that mingles a lot and has a number of admirers and friends, that come visiting her or that she goes visiting. So it is possible that she could get pregnant without knowing exactly who among her partners is responsible for the pregnancy. But what needs to be done when a man is in doubt is for him to ensure that the paternity is ascertained, and that can be done through the order of the court. This is where the court comes in to ensure that there is stability in families, to ensure that there is certainty about the paternity of a child, because every child deserves to know his father. It's a right of every child to know his father. Like I said from the beginning, paternity matters are very sensitive matters. A lot of people don't want to go for the paternity test. A lot of people don't just want to go there willingly, maybe because they know one reason or the other why they don't want the paternity thing to be unraveled. But then I would say that you are not doing the child any good in refusing to let the child know his true identity. It is also wrong for you to allow one man to train the children of another person. These are moral issues and these are legal issues also. And everyone should do as much as possible to ensure that the truth is clearly ascertained in the interest of the child. Do not break bottles if you have issues of doubt about the paternity of a child. Do not pull the rug. Do not jam the door. Do not harm anybody. Just take it very simple. Get to your lawyer, get to the court. The family court will assist you to determine that as quickly as possible. It's an order of court that the DNA test be conducted. An order of court must be respected. Nobody has a right to say, I'm not respecting the order of court. What is very important also is to ensure that the DNA test is done in a reliable lab, and the courts are always there to assist in bringing out, in selecting the most reliable medical facilities for the DNA test to be conducted. And if you have a responsibility to do DNA tests for people, please do it honestly and sincerely, because what is there is a very critical issue. Someone needs to know the paternity of a child. People need to know who owns this child and who does not own this child. And like I said, there is no need carrying Mr. A's child and giving to Mr. B. Even if Mr. A is a poor man, allow him, he has fathered the child. Allow him to be the father of the child and allow him to train the child. The child can grow up tomorrow to be a very distinguished person in society and even swallow the poverty that the father had seen and become the breadwinner of the family. I do hope you've learned one or two things about DNA test and the law. And I hope also that moving forward, society will be a better place where people will live harmoniously and know truly where they are from and who their fathers are and who their mothers are. Many thanks for watching. I am your friend and host, Ekemini Udim. I'm a legal practitioner and I'm always glad to know that you are there following me on this channel. Do well to follow the channel, subscribe to the channel. We're also on other social media platforms. Follow us there so that together we can learn as much as we can. Also drop your comments and I promise to create time and respond to every legal comment that you drop here for me. Many thanks.